You teach people how to treat you. If you've been abused by women, cheated on by women, or left by women, it's largely your fault. Part of being an unapologetic man is having the spine to A, stand up to people, have your boundaries and stick by them. Men in this day and age are being attacked simply for having a penis and simply for having testosterone and masculinity. Women are desperate for fucking men. And today we're going to talk about how to no longer be abused, how to no longer take people's bullshit and crap, and how to be that unapologetic man with a fucking spine who's proud to be a man. We need strong men because right now in today's day and age, there are so few of them.
Welcome to the Unapologetic Man Podcast, the only podcast that's all about self-improvement, confidence, success, women, and being a man without making any apologies for it.
What is up, gentlemen, and welcome to the 700th episode of the Unapologetic Man Podcast. Man, I cannot believe that I have done 700 episodes of this bad, Jackson. And furthermore, I cannot believe that you're not sick of my voice yet. Some of you guys, and I get emails about this every day, have listened to every single episode. That's literally, like hundreds or thousands of hours of content that I've just been blabbering in your ear. And yet you boys still come back. I super appreciate it. Words cannot express how much it means to me that you guys follow my podcast, that it's become as big as it's become, that I get so many coaching clients, that I've become so successful in this niche. It just tears me up sometimes, man. Sometimes I think about it. I have my logo on my wall in my room, and when I go to bed at night, it says UMP above it, and I just give thanks to the Unapologetic Man Podcast. And what is this podcast? It's you guys. I wouldn't be doing this unless I had listeners. I wouldn't be as passionate as I am about this unless I'm able to help men, which I feel is my purpose here on this earth. And you guys have allowed me to do that. It has brought me so many treasures. It has brought me so much success with helping other men out. I've seen so many guys transform in front of my eyes. I've been to weddings. I've met many clients in person. I get emails all the time about how much you guys enjoy this podcast and how much it's helped you. And sincerely, from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much for allowing me to do what I feel I was put on this earth to do. I don't know how I do these podcasts, man. I never plan them. I have a title and that's it. I just sit down and somehow a podcast comes out of it. I think it's spirit speaking through me. It's some kind of tap in that I have onto the other side where I just ramble and ramble. And somehow it turns out pretty decent each and every time. But even through 700 episodes, I still have a lot of progress to make, and I'm not stopping, gentlemen. I'm going to continue forward. So thank you guys so much. If you would be so kind as to leave me a review, I did get some hate on iTunes recently. So a few iTunes reviews would be appreciated to push down that hate, which was clearly from a woman telling you guys not to listen because what I teach doesn't work on women. Yet, coincidentally and ironically, it really works on women. And it's yet another case of being hated on, which again, we're going to talk about today. It's another case of being abused, which again, we're going to talk about today, from a person who doesn't even listen to my content, just hates the fact that I'm teaching you guys how to attract women. Hey, don't hate the messenger, hate the game. It's not my fault women are programmed this way. It's not my fault that this works. And it absolutely does work. And you know what else works, brother? What works is being an unapologetic man, not taking people's abuse anymore, not taking shit, showing people that you're not to be fucked with, showing people that you are to be respected because you deserve that respect. And that starts with you. You teach people how to treat you. So if you've been victimized, if you've been stepped on, if you've been abused by women, cheated on by women, or left by women, it's largely your fault. Now, I know a lot of you guys are getting butthurt, immediately wanting to say to me, nah, man, it wasn't my fault. She's the one who cheated. She's the one who didn't treat me well. She's the one who abused me. Or he's the one who abused me. He's the one who took advantage of me. He's the one who turned me into a victim. I'm going to tell you this, and I really want you to listen carefully. Part of being an unapologetic man is having the spine to A, stand up to people, but to B, accept the fact that you teach people how to treat you. And if you're a victim, it's because you created that in the other person. Immediately, especially when you meet a woman, you are laying out boundaries. you are showing her how much she can get away with. And if she's abusing you, it's your fault. And today we're going to talk about how to no longer be abused, how to no longer take people's bullshit and crap, and how to be that unapologetic man with a fucking spine who's proud to be a man, who's proud to be heterosexual, who's proud to be attracted to women, and who makes no apologies for approaching women, speaking to women, wanting to experience women, and being a heterosexual male. There was a post recently made, whether or not I agree with it doesn't matter, but basically what it said is 20% of Gen Zers are now either trans or going into the LGBTQRSTUV community. So many letters, I can't even remember all of them. But what Elon Musk said, and it's debatable as to whether or not he said this, it may have been fabricated, but what was said is the reason why 20% of white males are becoming trans or identifying with that scene is because we are under attack for being men. Men in this day and age are being attacked simply for having a penis and simply for having testosterone and masculinity. There's even a term, which I know you've heard, toxic masculinity. And I have done a podcast about this in the past. Masculinity in its essence cannot be toxic because masculinity protects, it provides, it cares for. It is the energy that created the infrastructure of this entire planet. It is the energy that fixes cars, that wires houses for electricity, that fixes shit that goes broken, and toxicity and masculinity are basically opposite terms. Just like saying toxic femininity, it doesn't exist. Femininity is grace. It is caring. It is nurturing. It is love itself. Can't be toxic. What's toxic is the toxicity itself. But the term toxic masculinity is thrown out there so often, people just begin to associate masculinity with toxicity. Oh, you're aggressive on the football team? That's toxic. Oh, you approach that girl with the intention to get her number and maybe have sex with her? That's toxic. And we are getting this message time and time again, which is the whole reason I started this podcast, the Unapologetic Man Podcast. What does that mean? That means I am unapologetic about being a man and everything that it entails, including my masculinity, including my sexuality, including my integrity, my word, and my honor, the respect that I demand from others, because I too am a human and I have worth. Yeah, we used to live in a patriarchy. You go back to the 60s and you watch some of those commercials and it's like, did your wife get into a car accident because she can't drive? Well, as the man, it's your duty to get insurance to cover up for her stupidity. Guys, I'll be the first to admit that we used to live in a patriarchy that would hold down women. And I will be the first to admit that women getting equal rights with men and even the homosexual trans community having equal rights is a good thing. But it swung so far to the other side that masculinity is now under attack. And 20% of young men feel so under attack that they go and join a community that is highly accepted. And that's what Elon Musk said. And part of what he said I agree with, part of I don't. He attacks that community. Listen, in my opinion, do what you want to do. I'm not trying to make you guys leave Colorado. I'm just trying to get you out of my bathroom. I don't want a dude in the bathroom with my daughter who says, oh, I'm a girl today and tomorrow I'll be a dog and next week I'll be an ice cream machine. The way I look at it is this. Have your sexuality, identify the way you want to identify, but just keep it to yourself, man. You don't see me waving flags on my car saying, I'm heterosexual, I have a penis, and I like to get it sucked by girls. You may make the argument, Mark, you have 700 episodes that talk about that. Yeah, but that's my business. That's me teaching guys how to attract women. Of course, I have to talk about it. And part of the reason I'm talking about it is because I want to defend you guys for being men. I want to defend you for being heterosexual. I want to defend you from the shame of approaching a girl. Are you kidding me? The shame of approaching a girl? How did this even become reality in our lexicon? How did this even get past the goalie? Men wanting to have sex with women is the whole reason we're here. As a species, the whole reason we're so successful, and women wanting to have sex with men is okay too. So this entire attack by the far left, or whatever you want to call it, on your masculinity and your testosterone and your sexuality is complete and utter bullshit. and it's about time we took a stand. We need strong men because right now in today's day and age, there are so few of them. I see it time and time again. Men with no backbone, with no spine, who don't hold their word, who supplicate to women, who don't know how to control the frame and lead her to where she wants to be led. Women are desperate for fucking men. And what does it mean to be a man? It means to be unapologetic about being a man. I will lead you without apology. I will disagree with you without apology. I will state what I think, and I'm not going to apologize for it. If I think that I don't want a man in my little girl's bathroom and you disagree with me, fine, bro, disagree with me. But don't get butthurt about it. Don't leave a person bad reviews because a spineless person acts on the internet the way he wouldn't act in your face. And never once have I had somebody come up to my face and tell me I'm a piece of shit. They always say, oh, you're great, you're great. And the next thing I know, they're talking shit behind my back, and I'm sure it happens to you too. Being a man means having spine. If somebody disagrees with you, fine. If you disagree with somebody, let them know. If you don't want to be treated the way they're treating you, let them know. If they ask you for something and you don't want to do it, use the 2 magical letters in the alphabet, N-O. No, I'm not going to do that. Have your boundaries and stick by them. Be the same person you are to this person as you are to that person. Be the same person online as you are in person. And I want to ask you, brother, are you the same person in all situations? It's called having integrity, being the same no matter what the circumstances, not having 2 different faces because of fear or desire, the 2 unconscious movements of the weak man's mind. I'm afraid of being rejected by this woman, so I'm going to act nice and manipulate her with my kindness so that she accepts me. Women are repulsed by nice guys because nice guys are the ultimate manipulators. Women respect a dude who has boundaries. And if she's the fan of a football team that you don't agree with, you're willing to tell her that. This is what it means to be unapologetic. I am who I am. I think what I think. I'm going to do what the fuck I want to do. And if you don't like it, I'm sorry. I can't help you with that. Now, obviously, boys, this message can be massively misinterpreted. You may think, oh, I'm going to smack you upside the head, take your purse, and completely ruin your life. And if you don't like it, I'm afraid I can't help you with that. I'm unapologetic. No, it needs to be worked within the parameters of morality, whatever that means to you. I'm going to tell you what it means to me. Whether you agree with it or not, that's your decision. That's your frame. Here's the way I look at it. Doing what's right is doing that which creates peace, both for myself as well as for others. Doing what's wrong is that which creates turmoil, both for myself as well as for others. So being an unapologetic man doesn't mean being an asshole. In fact, it means being a steward of humanity, being the person who takes the higher road, who rises above his base desires and actually has discipline, who is integral, which means he acts the same no matter who it is in front of him, and he always does what he feels is the right thing. How many people out there that you know act with integrity? How many people that you know can you actually respect if you looked into their closet and saw all the skeletons in it? Do you respect yourself, or do you have a level of shame, which I guarantee you a lot of you guys have, because you say one thing and you do the other? And this is all based on having a lack of discipline. Discipline means acting on your higher motives, not your lesser motives. Your lesser motive is to perhaps steal that money from that person, or lie to that girl so that you can get her sex, or beat somebody up because they are homosexual and maybe you're homophobic and you kind of want to suck a dick. This level of shame I call toxic shame, and it makes us act in a way that isn't up to our standards. But once you realize that, and once you act with integrity, with discipline, you understand that you are a man and you're responsible to bring men up. You're responsible to identify as a masculine man who's highly sexual, who's okay to have sex with women and approach them, who's even okay to masturbate. Yeah, I know it's faux pas, but you're okay to masturbate, and you accept it as if you chose it. You act in the definition of being a man, which is masculinity. You act in a way that defines masculinity from a positive perspective, not a negative perspective. Toxic masculinity, again, a misnomer that in my opinion doesn't even exist, because it's like saying something like dry water. It just can't go together. But you act through your masculinity in a way that will make the earth better, not make it worse. Yeah, there is toxicity out there. It's not masculinity, but there is toxicity out there. People who steal, people who cheat, people who start riots, people who rape women, people who kill other people, steal from other people. There's a myriad of bad shit out there. That's not masculine. Masculinity, again, protects, does what's right, has discipline, does what's hard because it knows it will make its life easy rather than doing what's easy because you know that will make your life hard. So what does it mean to be an unapologetic man? It means just that. Being unapologetic about being male. You were born with a penis and 2 testicles. You were born with testosterone. You were born with fucking aggression. So leverage that aggression. Use it to make both your life better and this world better. Never fucking quit. If you're knocked down, get back up again. Never fucking give in to your weakness, lying to people, cheating people. Act with discipline, doing what's hard because you know your life will be easy. Putting off the transient sensory gratification for a higher purpose. And be the dude who both your future wife and your future children, or your current wife and your current children, or your current girlfriend and your current children, whatever your situation is, can be proud of. Your job as a man is simply this: to do what you need to do, not always what you want to do, and to be fucking unapologetic about it. Somebody messes with you, disrespects you, tell them no, tell them you won't put up with that kind of behavior. A girl tries to push your boundaries, tell her no, be willing to drop her according to my drop rule, which I teach in my coaching program, where you'll drop a girl without a moment's hesitation. Let her know you are not to be fucked with. It's your way or the highway. And always, boys, within the parameter of what you know deep inside of who you are to be right and to be wrong. In my opinion, it's very simple. What's right is that which creates peace. What's wrong is that which creates suffering. So aligning your actions within the scope and power of masculinity is what it means to be an unapologetic man. You don't need to go get your gender changed in order to be accepted. And I understand that's a very extreme example. Don't know if I necessarily believe in it, but 20% of Gen Zers becoming trans or gay or non-binary, I think it's called, and like switching their gender around left and right, it's because they're confused, man. It's because there's this narrative that's trying to make them feel guilty for being men at a very impressionable stage in their life. Now, obviously, I'll be the first to admit there's people who naturally feel they're stuck in a different kind of body. I get that. It's totally fine. But what I'm saying is there's an epidemic of this attack on masculinity. And perhaps, as Elon said, this 20% thing is a result of it. But whether that's true or not doesn't matter. The most important thing is you will be respected when you command respect. You will be respected when your words match your deeds. You will be respected when you have spine and backbone and you're integral, behaving the same way you behave in front of anybody. And you will be respected when you show people that you are not to be fucked with. And you don't say it angrily. You just say it with a commanding masculine presence. No, I will not be treated that way. And if you're in a relationship right now or somebody's victimizing you, quote unquote, no such thing as a victim in this case because you treat people how to treat you. But if you're being victimized, let that person know this is not going to stand any longer. This stops today. And if it doesn't stop today, I'm out. I'm off like a prom dress. I'm out like sauerkraut. Don't let the door hit you with the good Lord split you, you fucking sea donkey. Because the unapologetic army is not to be fucked with. And we are showing the world that masculinity is a beautiful thing, and we are going to use it to make this world better, not make it worse. There's been enough of that already. Yeah, it's swinging to the opposite direction where we are under attack, but don't buy into it, boys. Be that single-minded dude who can change this world simply by your actions, which is exactly what I've tried to do with 700 episodes. I hope you guys have got something from this. From 700 to 800, I'm going to dig extra deep and try to give you guys better content than I've ever delivered before. I'm getting my videos updated. I'm doing podcasts in a way where I really try to over deliver for you boys. I'm trying to make it more entertaining, better content, better coaching to take you to the next best version of yourself so you can achieve the grandest idea about what you are able to accomplish. If I've helped you in that way, in any way whatsoever, I sincerely, genuinely appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much for allowing me to do what I'm truly passionate about. So boys, on that note, please stay tuned for the next podcast. I'm going to drop some epic content about how to get girls attracted to you. I already wrote and prepared the next episode. Sometimes I do prepare them, but sometimes I just ramble like I did today. But the next one is going to be absolutely gangster. So go out there, be not to be with, be unapologetic, be proud to be a man, and be proud to be attracted to women. That is your birthright, and it's the reason that we've arrived here today in our current state as a species. We are kicking ass, we are super successful, and that's because we are masculine men. So please stay tuned for the next one, and I will see you in the next episode.